Hey guys, welcome back. Welcome if you're new. My name is Norma. This is my channel. As you can see by the title, we're talking about how I quit my job and I did not have a job lined up. If this is the first time you're hearing of it and your family, I know, oh my god, what the heck was Norma thinking? Is she nuts? Is she crazy? Sure, if that's what you need to say to rationalize it, cool. Anyways, yeah, let's just jump right in. Basically, I was working in a very toxic work environment, very negative space to work in. It feels weird to get into detail. I'm of a generation where we grew up being told that you don't talk negatively about former workplaces and all of that and blah blah blah. So for my comfort level, I'm just gonna keep it vague. Just a lot of, how to summarize it, it's like, trust me to do the job you hired me to do. Also, treat me well, treat me with common courtesies while I do the job you asked me to do. That really sums up the experience in terms of like the work and what the actual position was. I was not the only one who felt that way. I was also not the only one who felt a lot of the other, like, basically I'm not the only person who felt the way I felt and the reasons I had for leaving. I'm just one of the few who speaks up and one of the few who leaves it. Which makes me sad that so many people are just putting up with those behaviors. I say that just to say it felt really good to have validity and that I wasn't the only person feeling like I was being treated that way. And yeah, so it was a very negative experience in terms of being able to do my job. Advice that's been given to me, which made it clear that this is just kind of how it's always been and how it always is gonna be, was like, get everything in writing. Anything that's asked of you to do, you know you're not supposed to, get it in writing. Even if you can, get it in writing anyways. So when they ask, you cover your butt and blah, blah, blah. And if I stand corrected and that's how every work environment is, so be it. I did not have that experience. I've had jobs that aren't like that. So I personally refuse to believe that just all jobs are like that. It's just not conducive to a positive working environment if, you know, you're always feeling like you gotta watch your back. Like someone's gonna say something about everything and anything at any moment in time. Like that's stressful. It's anxiety inducing. I'm self-diagnosed with anxiety, but I'm working on an actual diagnosis because I know people don't like to hear when people say that or do that, but I know I have it. Like all my life, it's been very different than people without anxieties, normal anxieties or anxiety towards things, if that makes sense. Ask anyone around me, they're like, she be doing too much. So anyways, very anxiety inducing, especially when you have anxiety. And so that part made it really difficult to work there. And then on top of that, feeling like you're being discriminated against, you know, like you're getting reprimanded and you're having meetings about things that your counterparts are also doing. And then when you ask them, they're like, no, they haven't said anything to me. They haven't called me into a meeting. And you're like, that doesn't make any type of sense. There was something I had a meeting for. It wasn't an official disciplinary meeting. It was just bringing it to your attention. You know, I guess it was my sick time. So particularly where I worked, you're expected to use 5 days of sick time a year, which it's nuts that you really think one person is gonna only get sick, any sort of sick, right? Because you use sick times if you have doctor's appointments, if you have, if you're actually sick, and so, or if your family is sick, right? Because there's like self and family. So let's think about using 5 days out of 365 days. Point is, 5 sick days a year is just ludicrous to me, personally. I know a lot of other people, but I can only speak for myself, right? So I was past my 5 days. They had that meeting. Hey, like, you know, keep an eye out. But mind you, like, anytime I took, I had to. Also, we're in a freaking panorama, okay? We're in a panorama, which means there's gonna be more sick days used, you know? Like, I feel like that should just be, like, common sense. I always more so worried about giving it to someone who it could be deadly, it could be really severe, it could be really dangerous for, right? So I would hate to like go into work and pass it on to someone who can't handle it. I would hate for my daughters to go to daycare, give it to some kid who takes it home to grandma and grandpa at home, or to immunocompromised mom or dad. I would never want to be the reason someone's life is in danger. So the sick time I used was like necessary. Cameron and I have gotten like had to go and get tested for COVID 2 or 3 times, like in just a matter of like 2 months. I've had COVID twice. I had it last Thanksgiving and I had it this past Christmas. We're in a panorama. Like, time is going to be used. That's just how I felt about it. I was like, any days I used, I had to. Like, I wasn't just using sick time, chilling at home. It was just a mess. And so that happened November-ish. I don't know, September, November-ish. And then again, the day that I put in my resignation comes up to me. This time, it's a meeting with HR, which means disciplinary action is being taken. That was a situation that basically I was just like, I'm done here. I don't care. I'm gonna believe and trust in God. I put in my resignation. That the end of that day, it was last Thursday. Went in yesterday, Tuesday. At the end of the day, the HR person called me in and was like, hey, if you stay, you're gonna owe money. So you probably should just go today, but it's up to you. And I was like, don't want to be here anyways. I'm out. So, you know, I filled out the like exit thing or whatever, and then y'all know on this channel, I'm very honest about stuff. I think it's great to share your experiences. Obviously, like, be careful when it's like personal, harmful, or like, you know, sensitive information. To me, I feel like this helps people in their experiences, right? If someone's going through the same thing. But anyways, all that to say, my last check is gonna be $30. Was I expecting that? Not at all. Do I regret my decision? Not even a little bit. Which is funny to me. The Norma that I've been at that job for the past 7, 8, 9 months would have lost it. I would have been crying. I would have been anxious, stressed, traumatized to see that piece of paper that said my check was gonna be $30. That's like the they had me going through. Like, that's how it felt. But I saw that and I was like, you know, I'm gonna figure it out. But what I didn't know was that I was finally like leaving a place that was just toxic as hell. Here's the thing too that made it, I think made it so much harder to leave, is that I feel like our generation, so I am 28, I'll be 29 this month, right? My generation, my sisters, you know, old, us and up, I guess you could say, we just come from a generation where decisions like that are looked down upon, or like you're told to stay and you're told like this job has great benefits, so you gotta like figure out how to deal with it and blah blah blah, and like, you know, oh, that's a great place to be, like it's not, you're not gonna find any better in that area, or whatever the case may be. You're told, for it's drilled into your head that you don't leave places like that no matter what. And so I'm glad I had the courage to go. I'm glad I trusted myself and I trusted God, and I know that things are gonna be fine. I woke up this morning lighter. I left that place lighter yesterday. Like, the $30 check did not faze me, still hasn't fazed me. I think also, like, I'm in a place in my mind. I went through so much mentally these past couple weeks, which is even another learning curve for my generation, because mental health is so much more important now than it's ever been. And so for so long, we haven't felt validated in our struggles with mental health, right? We were just told, like, stay busy, pray to God, you know, it'll pass. And it's like, what? No. You know, like, I remember, bless his soul, I love my hubby to death, but one day we're in the car and I'm talking to him about how I'm feeling, because like I'd say before last week, I was feeling so down. I wanted to quit all my jobs. I didn't want to do anything, and literally the only thing that kept me going was my kids, you know, because it was like, I can't stop. Like, I have children. That's not an option for me, you know. If they weren't there, I probably would have just been like, I'm living in a box. I don't care. We're losing everything. File for bankruptcy. Do something. But anyways, I was talking to him about how I was feeling, you know, overwhelmed and stressed and just down. And he was like, well, have you I'm sorry. Have you thought about like just taking a deep breath? Like, just like, everything's gonna be okay. And I was just like, I like, it made me mad a little bit, but then I also had to laugh, because it was just like, no, thank you. How did I not think of breathing and telling myself it was gonna be okay? What was I thinking? Anyways, bless his soul. But like, it's just like, not everyone gets it. It's this TikTok that is so perfect. It's this girl, and she like captions it like explaining to my husband, like explaining my anxiety to my husband or whatever. And this song, I literally downloaded it right away, so I was like, that is the perfect explanation. I even sent him the freaking TikTok and everything. But it's that song, and it's like, do you ever get a little bit tired of life? Like you're not really happy, but you don't want to die. Like your body's in the room, but you're not really there. Anyway, it's called Numb Little Bug. Listen to it. If you're struggling mentally, it will validate. It'll just perfectly explains how you're feeling. You know, this is a great opportunity where if I can get a good schedule with Cam going, you know, I can kind of do 2 or 3 days during the week while they're at daycare that I'm like home, filming, editing, whatever. And then the days that he has them after work, I can like DoorDash dinner, work for DoorDash, not order DoorDash. And then the days that I'm not filming during the week, while they're at daycare, I can also DoorDash. And I think if I DoorDash every day, I should be able to make up the difference. And then, God willing, y'all build up my subscribers and I can quit all jobs and just do this. But mom guilt is so real. It's so unnecessary. To my mommies out there, like, freaking live, do your dreams. Gotta figure out how to live your dreams too. It can't just be for your family, for your partner. Like, you deserve it too. So like I said, I'm taking this opportunity. I'm gonna sit with him and create a schedule. We're gonna stick to that schedule no matter what. And I'm gonna make this happen. So yeah, guys, all in all, your happiness, your mental health, your well-being, none of that is worth a check, no matter how big or small or how much you need that check. I'm gonna have to cut this down a lot because this is way too long to be just me sitting here talking to y'all about my life. Like, if you don't know me, you don't care, right? I hope you guys will come along this journey with me. Like the video. I don't know, comment some words of encouragement because obviously you probably don't want to put your business out there. But subscribe to my channel and I will catch you in the next one.